if there was ever a film that showed you a realistic look at the life of a divorced parent, I'd say Kramer versus Kramer is that film. Came out in 1979. Now I know what you're probably thinking. The film is about the divorced parents having a custody battle over their kid. Well, no, the film is not. It's just about that. The film is a two-act structure. The film begins with Joanna, played by Meryl Streep, who is unhappy with herself and her life. She leaves her husband Ted, played by Dustin Hoffman, and her son Billy, played by Justin Henry. And the first part of that is Ted trying to juggle the duties of being a single parent, and he discovers the both duties are hard. I mean, juggling work life and parent life is really taking a toll on him, and Billy trying to unable to deal with the fact that the mother has left him. But as the film goes on, during that, the two begin to bond as father and son. Now, the second half is when Joanna comes back in the picture and fights for sole custody of Billy. Dustin Hoffman and Meryl Streep both won Oscars for their role. Dustin Hoffman winning Best Actor and Meryl Streep winning Best Supporting Actress. And I gotta say, they were very well deserved because their performances were very real. The scene I liked with Dustin Hoffman and Justin Henry, I mean, okay, it's a scene where where Billy at the dinner table decides to skip dinner and go straight to dessert, and Dustin Hoffman gets mad and puts him to bed. But then he comes back later and they both apologize to each other. Then Billy asks his dad, "Did mommy leave because I was bad?" And he said, "No, your mommy didn't leave because of you. She left because of me." And I really like the way he confesses to his son that he was not a very good husband to her. He just wasn't there for her emotionally like she wanted him to be. And I think that scene alone was very deserving of an Oscar. I gotta say that. And Meryl Streep, who was probably in the movie for about 20 minutes. Okay, maybe a little bit longer, but it felt like 20 minutes. I really liked her performance. I really did. I mean, I don't think you at the beginning of all this, you're supposed to feel you're going to be you really want to hate her, but she starts to show more sides of herself that in the end you don't really end up hating her. No, you don't. And not everybody else was pretty good too. Jane Alexander as Margaret, the neighbor and friend who was friends with Joanna and said how she was unhappy with Ted. And in a way, she encouraged Joanna to leave him, and eventually Joanna and Ted have a good end up having a great friendship. And Justin Henry, oh man, he must have been 7 or 8 at the time when doing this movie, and I gotta say, for a child actor, he really holds his own with Hoffman. I could imagine that's not really an easy thing to do, the type of actor Dustin Hoffman can be. But he really holds his own very well, and he was nominated too for an Oscar, but I don't think he won. I haven't seen much from Justin Henry since then. Well, his other best remembered role was as Molly Ringwald's bratty brother in 16 Candles, which he was very good in. I got nothing negative to say about this movie. It's just a well-made film. I give Kramer versus Kramer a 10 out of 10. See you later.